loaded in. It's not tech issues. Everything's under control. Next up, we have Disney's Brother Bear. Not just any percent. No, 100%. With the wonderful Nixxo, welcome in.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me. Harry Potter 2.0, basically, with bears.
Pretty much, yes.
I'm
Are you
very
ready
much looking
for your
forward.
run? Did you practice?
I did for like an hour, like
That
today.
That's good enough. That's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
enough for us.
I should be good to get 100% in this.
All right. Um, do you want to do your own countdown? Do you want me to count you down?
Sure, you can do it.
All right. If you're ready, then in five, four, three, two, one. Good luck.
Thank you very much. All right, and we are off with Disney's Brother Bear. The first level, the goal is to drown as quick as possible or fall into the water and then come out of the waterfall. So I'll do that real quick while I explain what we actually have to do for 100% in this game, because it's kind of a bit of a cold start because all the cutscenes in the beginning can be skipped. But this is basically a game that has three main levels. It has one forest level, one lava level, and another forest level, kind of. And all of them have two secret rooms and one silver pine cone thing. And, well, yeah, those are the things we have to do for 100%. To open the secret rooms, we need to collect honeycombs in the level. 50 each for every secret room, so that's the main thing we're gonna be doing, and they have a very annoying pling sound, so you're gonna hear that a lot, but we'll get to that later. Apart from that, this is a movie adaptation of the movie Brother Bear, which I have not seen still. Apparently, this is... I don't know how accurate it is, to be completely honest, but apparently the plot is that the bear we're playing was supposed to be, or used to be, like a human, and then, he killed the mother of the small bear, and then he turned into a bear himself, something like that. I don't really know either. But we're basically playing along that story, and we're trying to be transformed back into a human, our human selves. Yeah, the timer is starting at the first cutscene skip. I should have probably set that, but at least now it may look a bit better, like I'm going a bit faster. And this is our brother, our actual brother, the hunter, who's the main antagonist of this game. And this is Coda explaining the honeycombs I've mentioned already. The first level, the one we're in, actually has a pretty tight route. So in the end I'm gonna collect 100 basically spot on, maybe 101 if I take it safe. So let's make sure we don't like miss any here. Wait, I'll get those as well. Just for safety. I don't usually get those, but now that I said it like that, it kind of scared me, so let's get those two as well. But we have the first collectible over here. The big pine cone, which I don't actually know what they do, to be completely honest. I guess, oh, they give you a heart, of course, I knew that. I know this game inside out. You may notice that a lot of this game is very similar to Harry Potter 2. For example, the cutscene skips. I mean, they're not quite the HP2 ones, but they're, you know, they have some similarities, or the text font, or everything else. It is because it's by the same dev team that made HP2 as well. And we're gonna get to see a couple of glitches as well alongside the run that probably remind you of those games. So I'm actually happy I got accepted into Pottergone with a game that's similar to Harry Potter, of course. But for now we're just cruising through this forest, collecting some honeycombs. Any percent would do a boost here to get out of bounds. But we need some more stuff to open our secrets, so we can't do that quite yet. Yeah, those... I'd like to call them muffins, I forgot what they are, acorns I think. Those give you health back, same as the salmon. Oh, okay, that was bad. You can skip that ledge grab if you jump correctly on the rock, but it's okay. Thankfully we're not going for PB here. And now,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
While you're collecting honeycombs, we have something sweet as well. We have another $10 donation by Bugoku saying, unfortunately, I cannot help you with writing a wholesome donation message since this is against the terms of service. But it's still very wholesome that you donated. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you indeed. Beautiful transition into it as well. And I hope nobody saw that I died on the first brightness boost of the game, which... I mean, I don't think I have to explain them really. People probably are familiar with them from HP2. But basically every time you're on a ledge grab and you change the brightness, the bear pops up a little bit, which you can chain to gain a lot of height and get out of bounds. There's a pretty tricky boost here. We need the correct ledge grab, and it's not this one. That should be good. And then that was incredibly lucky. Didn't know you can grab that ledge, but we take it. So that way we shortcutted a bit through the level, got out of bounds onto the rock. And we don't have to go all the way around. So you get to see me do a couple of those shortcut boosts throughout the run. Since it's 100%, we can't skip too much. Any percent like doesn't play half the level for most of those. So I'm kind of, you know, that's what I kind of like about Hundo. It's kind of fun to actually be playing the game the way it's intended by the devs. Okay, this is the moment of truth if I forgot any honeycombs or if we're fine. Okay, no, we even have extra because I took it a bit safe, so there were 2 left on the floor here. Those were the 2 I collected at the start for safety, just so we're fine no matter what. And this boost is probably the hardest in this level. I'm not comfortable with this grabbing spot. So you want to grab kind of where those 2 walls meet each other. And then wait, and then I do 4. And then we land up here. I think the biggest out of bounds we do in this part of the run. There's some later on as well, but I don't even know where you're supposed to go here casually. But we just go over the rocks, and this is putting us very close to the end of the level. From this point on, it's basically any percent. There are some neat skips here as well, though, still. But for now, we just follow the path. There's a lot of more mechanics that I'll point out during the run when we get to them. People may or may not have noticed the 45 FPS in the top right corner, which seems very specific, and it is. There's a reason for that, but we get to that later. Here you can barely make it onto the rock, which I'm somehow spectacularly failing. That was awful. So you don't have to go around and use the branch and do like movement. And then here we boost over here so we don't have to go around the rocks as well. Some small shortcuts like that. And after the first level, of course, we have the first boss fight against our brother. We want to try to stun him roughly in that position and walk around a bit before we damage him, because that way he slides onto the rock. And he kind of gets trapped there, and he doesn't really get up quickly enough, so we kind of just stun lock him and, you know, defeat him that way. That's the best spot. Otherwise, he just keeps on running around, and it's really annoying to get him. So that was our first boss fight. The other ones are equally as stupid. And now we have the first mini-game, and that's the one thing I didn't mention at the start. We also have to complete both mini-games. We don't have to win them, which is actually important. You see at the top there's like a score. We're the left bear and Koda's the right bear. But we don't have to win, thankfully. I don't actually know why that's not required. I'm not the one who made that rule. I'm sure there's a good reason for it though. But completion is important actually. I'll get to that when we have the second mini game, but for now let's focus on this trick. You wanna use the orca on the slide and then just keep on jumping. Because of course this all makes sense, that you collect orcas while sliding down an ice slide and they give you a speed boost. It's just logical. That's what happens in nature. And it's, I guess, the devs kind of already testing out glaciers. Oh yeah, I think that's the reason the timer is broken. I think that's why... Actually, no, it's not broken because we're on 45 FPS. In any percent, I think it doesn't count properly. But yeah, this is the quickest way to get down the slide. You just keep on basically bear hopping down the slope. So once you have the speed, as long as you keep on jumping, you're not gonna lose it, no matter what you run into. As long as you don't die, but since we have the extra heart, there's basically no way to die. And that's basically all there is for this level. It's a pretty chill mini-game. They're both pretty chill. Yeah, it can be a bit motion sickness inducing for people, so I apologize for that, but we're actually at the end, so it's all good. I do a small trick here once the camera turns around a bit. There's a cutscene that you can't skip, but there's a text box at the end asking you if you want to play again or not. So I already tap out and position my cursor roughly on Kenai's foot. So when that comes up, I can instantly click and get out of this level. There we go, my cursor was instantly on no. So I didn't lose any time trying to click on that. Now we have Lava Land, probably the most difficult level in this game, I think is fair to say, especially in any percent. In 100% I find it a bit more chill. There is one trick though that can kind of soft-log your entire run at the end. At least that happened to me a couple of times. If that happens, I do have a safety save, so don't you worry, but... ideally, I would like that to not happen. But we'll get to that when we get to it. For now, we're just collecting more stuff. Same thing here. There's one big silver cone, and there's a couple of acorns. We introduced a new mechanic. I could have collected them in the first level as well, I think. But now we're collecting berries as well. You see in the top left, we have 3 totems that you can fill up with 3 different colors of berries. There's silver, there's gold, there's blue for some reason. I honestly don't know what the blueberries do. We never use those. But the golden ones make you fly for a while, and the silver ones give you like a super big jump boost. So they're both gonna be important in different parts of the run. Those orange ones I'm gonna ignore because they're kind of out of the way. There's gonna be a way better bush in the future. So we just kind of take the ones that are on the way, like this silver one. And of course, according to Coda, they also taste very nice. So I guess that's a benefit of collecting them too. He's very annoying in this game, by the way. He really just doesn't shut up. I hate him, but it's okay. I'll refrain from ranting about him for too much today.
While you're collecting berries, do we have time for something very nice?
Absolutely.
Well, if you thought that pun was bad, watch this. We have a $10 donation coming in from Jamie saying, "At HP game in our Pottergone, I have a keen eye on you, Nixxo, but as you can see, this game has the same coda as a certain Harry Potter game. I totally didn't do this to make the cute Dutchman talk more, and totally not to make him read about bad brother bear puns."
Beautiful.
Also putting his donation to having Amnesia played in English. And we have another $10 donation by Forgetful Simmer, also known as Team Forgetty, also known as something else. Because Mina Lucy the cat's favorite speedrunner is doing a run with our other favorite hosting, and also putting that donation towards Amnesia. Thank you guys so much, and back to you.
Yeah, thank you indeed for the donations. I feel like there's a pattern here. I die every time there's donations, but that's actually a good thing, you know? People, you want to see fails, right? So definitely keep on donating. I was about to say this boost is actually really annoying, and it's I don't know if I make this. Nope, I'll try that again. It's a pretty dumb boost because I feel like you sometimes gain different kinds of height. And also this ledge grab doesn't always work. See, like sometimes he doesn't grab it. He just kind of bounces and doesn't do anything. So I don't really understand this one too well. I won't lie. Okay, this time we made it. I don't know, I feel like that was the exact same height that killed me the first time. But whatever, it is what it is. We've made it up to the first secret room with exactly 50 acorns. Or honeycombs, sorry. From now on the route is thankfully a bit more lenient, so I don't worry about like missing this one, for example, that was behind me. Because it would take so long to turn around and go back for it. There's plenty in this level. The first one, there's, you know, barely enough. Unintended pun, but this one you have like more than enough, so you can kind of just chill and miss some. Usually I don't get the silver berry plant either, but just in case we get like a low roll or something later, I'm gonna get it now, because you need that totem as well later. So for now it's basically just standard jump and run, and then we get up to the probably most interesting part of this level. Oh, whoops. That much to standard. But you already see the lava lake, and of course I just fell in to demonstrate that it instantly kills you, like it should. So you're not supposed to stand in the lava. It's not PlayStation 1 HP1 Harry who's allowed to do that for some reason. But there's some ways to abuse that, but we'll get to that in a bit. For now we're just kinda chilling. Also, I don't think I've mentioned the branches that catapult you up, which are basically glorified Spongify tiles. Just a thing to keep in mind. So you can see the devs definitely they've practiced a lot for some of the HP games with this game, I think, which is kind of cool. So we have the moving platforms here getting introduced. You want to go straight ahead so you catch the cycle. Barely, but we made it. I swear I don't do those puns on purpose. But we're good with the moving platforms here. You kinda, I think, always have to wait. I don't know if you can risk this. I've never tried. Those acorns I usually fully ignore because of marathon safety. I'm just gonna get 2 because why not? And this Spongify tile didn't work. I'm disparaged. Coda could use it. For some reason I couldn't, but we got up there. There's another one here. Can do a small boost to gain a little bit of forward momentum. Because why not? I usually try to turn around as well so he doesn't grab the latch, because his latch grabs are the slowest. Also, you saw I collected a feather earlier, which makes it possible that I can attempt this boost. I actually got it. I'm surprised. Because if you die while you have the feather in your inventory at the top right, you actually don't die. You actually just get put back up here. But we don't need it because this is the trick with the lava lake. I'm holding left click next to the safe stone, and that just keeps on saving the entire time. And if you do that and fall into the lava, the game actually kind of breaks and you can walk around in the lava. So I don't know why they made the safe stone like that, but if you hold left click, it just keeps on saving indefinitely. We abused that later on as well for another trick, but for now it's just to gain invincibility in the lava, basically. Also, this is where we use our first totem. We've collected enough orange berries, as you can see in the top left, which means, there it is, we can use that one. That's the one that makes it possible to fly. Oops, nice ledge grab. Kenai, what the hell? And that is unfortunately needed for this collectible over there. For one of the silver pine cones, the one of Lava Land, of basically the second level of the game. There we go. And then you want to hack the rocks here as much as you can to get as high as possible with this before it stops. There's a boost here. That's usually not too bad, but I feel like in a run like this, I'll fail it. Okay, we didn't, thank God. I was a little bit scared of that one because it's like right, the safe stone is so far away. And we use the rocks on the side here to get up here, which has the quest item, the flower that we have to give to the goats, I think. Or something like that. I don't really know this game, I have to admit, casually at least. But I think that's the point of it. And it also is, and I think that's the main important thing, because we don't really need the flower. It's also the way to the second and last secret room in this area. And there we go. So now we just have to make it out of the level. Honestly, I get this as well. They are goats. They're blocking the path here, basically, but they're there in the distance. You might have seen them. And I think you give the flower to them or something casually. I don't really remember. Okay, this is where the run could go wrong, though, so I hope it doesn't. Okay, we have health. That's not the end of the world. You want to go in here without health. I don't know what, like, influences that. If you respawn with health or without, but you want to basically have none. I have health again, because that gives you, like, invincibility, essentially. I'll try this a couple more times. And then you can boost over the goats. I really don't... I have no idea. Sometimes you respawn with a tiny bit of health, sometimes you respawn without any. Yeah, I still have health. Come on, Kenai. Why doing this to me? Okay, there we go. Now we respawn without. Again, I have absolutely no idea why that happens, but now I have to wait for this platform, unfortunately. Oops, but it is what it is. But you can tell we're fully invincible now. Nothing can hurt us, as long as we don't collect any more health somewhere. So we can also boost super high. We don't... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's unfortunate. I did not know that can happen, but it's okay. That's marathon boost. That's fine. We have our load game ready. And we're still on 0 HP, so it's okay. I have to wait until the X story gives me the FPS again. I mean, that's what marathons are for. Finding new soft locks, right? That's what we do best anyways. Or what I do best, at least. I guess I wasn't quite high enough on this boost. So let's mash a bit more. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, who needs totems to fly? The same here. This one is supposed to catapult you across, but I'd rather save my silver charge because we're still invincible. So we just go through the lava. Now I'm gonna collect some acorns because we need some health for the boss fight. And now invincibility doesn't really grant us any advantage because you kind of have to do the jump and run here anyway, so we don't care too much. Okay, I guess it would have been an advantage there. I didn't expect that to kill me. I won't lie. God damn it, Lava Land, what doing? There's a reason why it's the, in my opinion, most difficult level, but I didn't see that death coming, I have to admit. But that's okay. Thankfully, this has relative relatively frequent save states. Kind of same as HP. A lot of save stones in this game that kind of save your progress relatively well. Let's play this a bit safer and wait for those What the hell? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll keep the invincibility and just like play good at the boss fight. Because those things are trolling. It's okay. We're on schedule, I can lose some time. At least I get to do this boost many times. It's kind of a fun boost, so there's that. And it's fun to just fall in lava. I guess that was not that safe after all. Also, there's a safe stone here. I don't know why I'm not taking that one, but now I'm committed. Yeah, so as long as I dodge those things, the stuff doesn't damage me here. So it's a lot easier and safer to go through. But on the flip side, we don't have as much health for the level to come. But honestly, it's probably a worthy trade-off. We do need some health, though, I think. Otherwise, I think the game just doesn't like it. I believe it breaks. Not sure. I always collect this one. I don't actually know if it's needed. But now we are on full Nixxo health. We have the tiniest slither of health left. And we have a boss fight coming up. This is probably the easiest boss fight in the entire game, though, to be fair. Because there is a very easy abuse for this. You position yourself at the very end of the bone, and you wait for the hunter to come by. And just push him into the lava, the poor guy. Because thankfully that insta-kills him if he falls off the platform. And with this movement, you always manipulate him to be on the edge of the platform there. So now we have the third and final big level. There's some gameplay after that, but this is the last classic level, where we have to collect the 2 secret rooms and the silver pine cone again. So that means more acorns, as always. Or not acorns, honeycombs. Same thing, I guess. I have to be really careful here now. The red bushes damage you, and I have no health, so I don't want to watch that intro cutscene again. Okay, we're good though. And we also want to refill this golden totem again, because we need flight for one area later on. There's like a cutscene here, I don't know what they explain, to be completely honest. I'll take it safe as well. I collect some honeycombs I usually don't get, just in case. And then also some health, honestly. Because there's a boost coming up. And it's a pretty high boost, and we didn't have a save yet. So, let's not die here. That would be great. That was really close. You can get stuck in the wall. I boosted almost too far to the right. But if you boost too far to the right, you get stuck in the wall. And, like, you have to watch how you slowly and painfully descend and take fall damage. But for now, we're fine. Oh, wait. I'm not sure where I'm going. That's my bad. We want to be in this river. Wait, where are we? Oh, we are correct. Sorry, I thought I dropped in a different spot. But this is already our landing. But yeah, it saves a bit of like walking around and swimming and stuff. So easy out of bounds, then not so easy getting lost, but that's okay. This entire level has a lot of pushing objects into the river. Which we can use to get like a small speed boost off here. What the hell? I don't know what we landed on, but... I was about to say so we don't have to swim that much. But something else happened there. You have movement in this cutscene, so you see me turn around and move away a bit, so we can collect some more honeycombs. Also, if you haven't noticed, controls in this game are awful. This game is... It's I don't know. I don't know what they've done to the controls, to be honest. They're incredibly clunky and... like you fall 2 meters and you die from fall damage. So it's a bit of a punishing run, actually, I would say. But once you get used to it, it's not like that bad anymore. So here there's another small shortcut. We need those honeycombs or we're gonna be short. Salmon run is later, since I saw that real quick. That is the second mini game we have to play, which actually is very easy, but it has a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, I guess. But yeah, you can jump on the rock here. We want this feather also, just in case we die somewhere. Come on. Thank you. And then you can walk off here. And continue our merry way. Finally, the first safe stone as well. Yeah, I guess Kina is just a bit old. That's probably why. Everything is super clunky. First pine cone is just kind of in the way. I don't know why. Like, in the first and the third level, they're really easy to get. In the second level, I guess it's a bit it's a bit out of the way and a bit more of a secret. I don't know. I don't feel like they had much logic in placing those collectibles, to be completely honest. I'm gonna fill up my totem here just so I know I have it when I need it. So we have both of the totems we need filled up, so nothing can go wrong there. We also have 50 acorns right before the first secret room is coming up. Come on. Push this over, please. Actually a cool mechanic with the tree pushing. I kinda like it. It's still very clunky as well, but it's kind of at least unique to this game and not just copied from HP. There's also like little competitions with Coda every now and then who collects more fish. I don't really know what's up with those, but that's their thing, I guess. I don't even think it gives you anything, but what do I know about this game? And this is the final secret room. There's a shortcut here if you jump down back onto the lock, which can sometimes go wrong, so I took my time to line it up. Because it's a weird collision and a weird hitbox of that lock. So you kinda wanna be careful with it. I mean, I guess I guess HP also has like trees you push. It does have the flipendo trees, I guess that's a fair point. Okay. Now we have the totem for the second time, the flight totem, so we can cross this water. For some reason the dark blue water he can swim in, and the light blue water kills you. I don't know why. I guess it makes sense or something. It's just game logic. We can boost here to skip a ledge grab. We have another Spongify branch, making it all the way across. So we need basically 50 honeycombs and then we're good to go. This level is interesting though, because for some reason it's like cut in two. So we won't actually need them quite yet. There's like a boss fight between this and the last secret. This totem, as I said earlier, gives us a jump boost. Oh god. And then we have some jump and run until the end of the level. Getting the acorns, honeycombs, everything. We need almost everything in this game. And then we have the boss fight, which actually has a very interesting trick coming into it. I mentioned it earlier, we're gonna abuse the saving on rocks again in this run. And this time it's done to skip the boss fight. So basically once we're there, you'll see me also hold left mouse button next to the rock. So it keeps on saving constantly and then enter the boss fight load. And then for some reason, if you close your game and reopen it, the boss fight is just fully skipped if you do it like that. Which is a pretty cool trick actually. Actually a recent found. When I started running this game, that was not found yet. With recent, I mean probably like 2 years ago, but you know, recent for me. So now I quit out of the game, I reloaded, and the fight is gonna be completely skipped. To wait for the FPS to come back. There we go. That's the exit from the fight, basically. And now we're in the second half of this level. So this is where we need the 50 acorns. So fingers crossed I have enough and I didn't forget anything, but I think we're good. Seems like a decent count to be on, 34. So here's another one of those competitions with Coda where he's very keen on collecting more fish than than us rather. But thankfully Kina is as old as me and we don't have time for games like that, so we just move on and collect our honeycombs and get our secrets. Yeah, 4 more should be good. More than good. So we have enough to open the final secret room, which means I actually managed to basically get a valid 100%. I'm proud of myself. Not a 99% marathon run. We take those. Yeah, I guess true. I'm probably even older than Kina. Mentally, for sure. Oh, do we have a big donation? We have one trick coming up. If you give me 1 second, and then we absolutely get to that. Because this is, you know, the end of the level is behind those locks. But they have like a collision that's supposed to prevent you from getting there. But if you jump, hold nothing, and then press forward at the correct time, you can get up onto this lock. And then I fell down, which sucks. But that's okay. And then jump over the collision. It's a bit finicky. We'll get there. There we are. And then we can just go to the end of the level. But please, the donation.
Alright, I don't have a pun this time, but let's replace it with a poem, because we have a $100 donation from Winter and Paxi.
Wow.
And they say, in winter's grass where cold winds moan, a heart of warmth through kindness shown.
No.
Snowflakes fall in silent grace, yet charity lights each frozen space. Amid the storm, hands reach to give, in acts of love, we truly live. Thank you guys so much for the incredible kind message and for the big donation. It's helping a lot. And with that, we have reached the incentive of increasing VH chess grind from 5 to 10 minutes, meaning instantly the next one will be active. When we hit $250 donated, that grind will increase with another 5 minutes from 10 to 50. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a big donation. Yeah, we've reached the salmon run in the meantime, where it's another mini game where the rules say you have to complete it, not win it. So that's important. We don't really care about our fish count. But this has very interesting issues coming up. So if you play this game in any percent, you run it on 120 FPS. But the bubbles don't spawn on 120 FPS. And in fact, they don't actually spawn on anything higher than 45 for some reason, because this game is just made very well. So that's why I kept them in 45 from the start of the run, unfortunately, because otherwise we are not going to be able to beat this. I'm a bit worried, by the way. I didn't really get many good bubbles. I hope I'm not going to run out of breath here, but I think we hopefully should be okay. So yeah, that's really all there is to know about the salmon run. It's an auto-scroller. You have to collect the bubbles to not run out of breath. For any percent is not too bad, because if you run out of breath, the game actually continues. Oh, this is kind of scary. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bubbles? Okay. Saved. Yeah, so it's actually good for any percent to run out of breath as quick as you can, so you don't really care if the bubbles don't spawn in or not, or if they do spawn in or not. Obviously you try to get hit as little as possible. It's sometimes really annoying because of those stupid bears. They're fully scripted, so they're always in the same spot at the same time, but imagine being able to dodge them with Brother Bear controls. So yeah, this is kind of the final mini game of the run. It's usually time to fully relax before the boss fight, because it's very, very hard to actually lose this, to be honest. So the fact that I was close kind of means something. And then we only have the boss fight to go, which is another abuse of movement and baiting the hunter to do exactly what you want him to do, basically. But first we have to get through this. I forgot how long this part is, I have to admit. This has been an absolute pleasure, though, to run Brother Bear here today. I'm very happy I got accepted with this game, so thank you, everyone. Appreciate seeing people around in chat as well. And I can't wait to see what the rest of this marathon has in store, because there's a lot of cool games coming up that you definitely shouldn't miss. I think we're close to the end, if I recall this correct. Also, the soundtrack is kind of glorious, by the way. Oh, come on. That was uncalled for, Mr. Bear. Yeah, there we go, that's the end. We've completed the salmon run, which means it's a valid 100% run. They're very rude. I like this guy is massive though, by the way. If you thought Kenai is big, like look at this guy. I guess he's like a black bear or something, I don't know. Anyways, or like a grizzly probably. Yeah, this is the final cutscene before the boss fight. It's the chungest. For some reason you can skip parts of it, I don't know why. It's a well-coded game, definitely. And we have the final showdown. There he is, trying to kill his brother that he doesn't know about him being his brother. So usually you want to go here, then he runs off, then you want to go to the edge of this snow thingy, and then he positions himself there, which means we can push him down. There's a difference in this fight though. If you push him down here, he actually climbs back up, but he climbs back up here. You can even see the trigger inside the wall, kind of, if you look closely below me. For some reason they didn't remove that. So if you stand here, he actually can climb up, and eventually he does give up. And time is coming up, by the way, once the health bar is gone in the top right, because that's when he fully gives up on trying to get back up to us. And that's when the run ends time. There we go. I think I even stayed with an estimate somehow, even though there was a lot of chaos in this run. But hey, it's valid, it's within estimate, what more do I want? That was decent. Thank you for the GGs as well. We have the amazing Canadian Moose to do the outro here, but I think other than that, that's probably it for me for today, at least as a runner.
Big GGs. That was a really
Thank you.
nice run to watch.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear.
And most importantly, a valid run on a marathon, which is always a bit scary with
Yeah, it is.
100% runs.
It is. I'll take it.
Anyway, how are we doing on schedule, real quick?
That's a good question.
He finally understood what happened to him. Sure, I'm prepared. Yes, thank you so much for being here, but this is not the last we've seen of you, because you'll be back, I don't know, do you commentate? Either way, you and I will be racing a little TV game called Pepsi Man tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
so you guys are gonna have to wait a little bit for that. But in the meantime, there is a lot more interesting runs coming up. What is up next is actually a classic PC Barbie multi-run by Dr. Kaz. I think we're gonna see about 4 old school Barbie games ran in a row. So just like Life in Plastic, it's gonna be fantastic.
Wow.
That was real nice, eh?
Thank you guys for all the donations. Remember, we're benefiting the Trevor
I
Project
love
and
happy endings, eh?
Crisis Prevention for
The only thing
LGBTQ
that'd make
youth.
it better for me would be a pile of
So,
delicious
unless you have
bars of
any
emerald
last
wheat
words on
and a
this?
cool bed of malted hops.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely keep on donating, people. It's a great cause, and it's a great marathon so far. It's kind of crazy how much money we already have after 2 runs. So we'll keep it up. A lot of cool stuff to go. And thanks again for having me.
All right, thank you for being here. We're gonna go in a quick transition, and then we're back with the Barbie multi-run. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
Bye-bye.